In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew calls for bold climate advocacy at CARICOM Heads meeting. 4 bills to receive first reading, while 1 is slated for second reading in the National Assembly on Thursday. And Prime Minister announces reopening of Kim Collins Stadium in national address. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Plus, with Ready Finance, shop today and pay later. No fine print and no tricks. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, delivered a powerful intervention during the plenary session of the 49th meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, urging regional leaders to stand firm and unified in their language and advocacy on climate change. Addressing his fellow heads of government, Prime Minister Drew cautioned against the growing pressure to dilute the Caribbean's climate messaging to appease powerful industrial nations. He emphasized that changing the region's language to make it more convenient for those responsible for global emissions threatens to undermine the Caribbean's moral authority and advocacy on the global stage. Dr. Drew made historical parallels to colonialism and long-standing global injustices faced by the Caribbean region, including the exploitation surrounding the sugar and banana industries, the struggle for reparations, and inequitable trade practices. He warned that the same patterns are now being repeated in the climate space. The Prime Minister also highlighted recent international forums hosted in St. Kitts and Nevis, including the Green Climate Fund Board meeting and the Island Innovation Caribbean Summit, as platforms where Caribbean voices spoke with conviction and clarity. He reaffirmed that the Caribbean must continue to define its narrative and lead with truth and urgency. The order paper has been issued for a sitting of the National Assembly to be held at the National Assembly Chambers, Government Headquarters, Bastille, on Thursday, July 10, 2025 at 10 a.m. 4 bills will receive their first reading, while 1 is slated for its second reading. Minister responsible for public infrastructure, energy and utilities, domestic transport, information and community and technology and post, Honorable Conway Maynard, will seek leave to introduce and have read a first time the bills entitled Housing and Development Levy Amendment Bill 2025 and the Larceny Amendment Bill 2025. In addition, Attorney General and Minister responsible for Justice and Legal Affairs, Honorable Gath Wilkin, will seek leave to introduce and have read a first time the bills entitled Judge Alone Trials Amendment Bill 2025 and the Industrial Designs Bill 2025. Minister Maynard will then move the second reading of the Housing and Development Levy Amendment Bill 2025. The National Assembly will be carried live on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM and participating radio stations. It can also be viewed live on TV Channel 5 in St. Kitts and Channel 98 in Nevis. It will also be streamed live at www.zizonline.com. Copies of the bills, as soon as they are made available, can be found on the website www.sknis.gov.kn of the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service under the section titled Bills. The bills can also be accessed via the Facebook page St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service. The Kim Collins Athletic Stadium will officially reopen on Saturday, July 12, 2025, following extensive renovations. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew during his national address on Monday evening. His address focused on sustainable economic expansion and diversification, a key pillar of the St. Kitts and Nevis Sustainable Island State agenda.
The stadium is set to be officially opened this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. and I encourage all track fans to attend. These improvements will allow the stadium to host regional and international meets, while also providing our athletes with a professional-grade environment to train and compete.
Prime Minister Drew provided an overview of the renovation work completed at the stadium.
Kim Collins Athletic Stadium underwent major rehabilitation. The upgrades include a new Regopol certified track, LED lighting, expanded seating, refurbished changing rooms, and upgraded washroom facilities.
That was Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. After the break, Prime Minister Drew announces bids for geothermal drilling have been submitted and multiple drug charges laid against Leger Lagor. Stay with us.
Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank's Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
There are some things in life that are worth the extra mile. Seize the moment. Capture the experience.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
The Federation's goal of becoming a producer and supplier of geothermal energy is beginning to take shape. This as Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew announced that bids have been received to start the drilling for geothermal energy in Nevis.
I am also thrilled to report that the partnership between the federal government and the Nevis Island Administration to finally bring our geothermal energy potential to life is bearing fruit. With deep earth thermal reservoirs already identified, the international bidding process for drilling of production wells progressed such that bids were opened a few days ago, and 5 internationally recognized firms have submitted proposals. With US $37 million already secured through the Caribbean Development Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Saudi Fund for Development, we expect drilling to commence in early 2026.
Prime Minister Drew said this will lead to greater energy resources for both St. Kitts and Nevis.
Once operational, this geothermal plant could provide baseload renewable energy for Nevis and St. Kitts. It means cleaner energy, cheaper electricity, and true energy sovereignty for future generations.
The Prime Minister was speaking during his address to the nation on Monday night. Police in Nevis have laid multiple drug-related charges against a man from Potworks. Leger Lagore was formally charged on July 1st at the Cotton Ground Police Station. He's now facing 5 charges, including possession of cannabis with intent to supply, possession of cocaine, and possession of cocaine with intent to supply. Lagore was also charged with possession of ecstasy and possession of ecstasy with intent to supply. Police have not released further details at this time, and investigations are ongoing. Coming up in regional news, Trinidad government to raise legal ages for gambling, marijuana, and alcohol. Stay with us.
Here are your hosts for Value Mart IGA Special.
Running June 26th and July 9th.
Now our Value Club Blue Tag Specials. Kraft barbecue sauces are just $7.99 each. Essential Everyday Vegetable and Canola Oil, $13.99. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheeses, $7.99 each. Banquet Breakfast Sausages, $7.99. Essential Everyday Fries are just $14.99. Essential Everyday Disposable Containers, $15.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. IG and Essential Everyday Peanut Butter, creamy and crunchy, $8.99. Essential Everyday Pasta, $4.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Salad Dressing, $9.99. Essential Everyday Oats Quick and Old Fashioned, $15.99. The AM Toothpaste, $4.99. Nature Valley Granola Bars, $12.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them en Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Can I get a wow? It's the sound you'll make when you get out alone. From a place you once knew to a dream home come true. Wow, for a home like new. Wow, it's the effect you'll get when you upgrade your home.
Upgrade, improve, enhance your home with National Bank's Wow Mortgage. For the effect you'll get when you upgrade your home. Lowest interest rate guaranteed and the most favorable terms.
It's Wow Mortgage. Can I get a wow?
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has announced sweeping legislative changes aimed at protecting youth, supporting retirees, and bolstering public safety, including raising the legal age for gambling and marijuana use to 25 and for alcohol consumption to 21. Speaking Monday night at the United National Congress Monday Report in Pinal, her first such address since the party's April 28th general election win, Persad-Bissessar laid out the administration's upcoming legislative agenda, touching on tax reforms, crime prevention, and public event regulation. Persad-Bissessar confirmed that the government will bring legislation to Parliament to raise the legal age thresholds for marijuana, gambling, and alcohol use. She had campaigned heavily on this issue, citing growing concerns about the harmful effects of drug use and addiction among young people. The Prime Minister also revealed plans to review and amend tax laws affecting pensions, arguing that retirees who have contributed to the system for decades should no longer be taxed after the age of 60. Coming up, UN Human Rights Office says it is deeply troubled by Kenya protester deaths. We'll have the details when we come back.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end.
And internationally, the United Nations Human Rights Office said on Tuesday it was deeply troubled by the killing of at least 10 people during the latest clashes between Kenyan police and anti-government protesters. Authorities blocked major roads leading into the capital, Nairobi, and most businesses closed amid the strictest measures yet to contain the unrest on Monday. Kenyan youth and others for weeks have been protesting against police brutality and poor governance while demanding President William Ruto's resignation over alleged corruption and the high cost of living. Kenya's latest wave of violent demonstrations was sparked by calls for police accountability following the death of a blogger in police custody last month. During protest on June 17th, a police officer shot a civilian at close range, further angering the public. At least 19 people were killed and more than 400 injured during protests against police brutality on June 25th, which were timed to coincide with the one-year anniversary of anti-tax protesters, where Parliament was stormed and over 60 people lost their lives. Up next in sports, Pakistan Cricket Board hopeful for resolution ahead of T20 series with West Indies, and South African refuses to break Lara's 400 not-out test record. Stay with us.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very end.
First up in sports, the Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, has confirmed that it is in discussions with the West Indies Cricket Board, CWI, to expand the number of matches in the upcoming T20I series, with a final decision expected in the coming days. Speaking to the media following Pakistan's squad announcement for the Bangladesh tour, PCB's Ku Samir Ahmad Syed confirmed that a final solution is expected soon. The final agreement will depend on a number of logistical and scheduling considerations, but there is hope that a balance can be struck. The long-standing record for most runs in a test innings of 400 runs not out, held by West Indies legend Brian Lara, recently came under threat by stand in South African captain Wian Mulder. However, he refused to go after the record. Coming up against Zimbabwe in the second test in Bulawayo, Mulder scored 367 not out in his team's total of 626 for 5 declared. With just 34 runs needed to break the record, Mulder decided to declare and not go after the record that has stood since 2004. Speaking after his remarkable knock, Mulder said simply, legends deserve to keep their record. And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. She pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister drew calls for bold climate advocacy at CARICOM Heads meeting. 4 bills to receive first reading, while one is slated for second reading in the National Assembly on Thursday. And Prime Minister announces reopening of Kim Collins Stadium in national address. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Berridge.